Menang. Lepas tu kau celebrate kau is a champion.
Nama aja pengawal aku pada itu. Nama aja bisi.
Tahukah?
Good evening. You now with me, Shilshmato for Tvs Nightline. And here are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak Premier Abang Johari urges media practitioners to master the tools of information dissemination. Abang Johari also says that the Sarawak Media Conference will be made an annual event in the state. And many names have been put forward as candidates for Senate President. Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari said the Sarawak Media Conference will be made an annual event to ensure media practitioners in the state are continuously exposed to technological developments, especially in the world of journalism. According to him, the media practitioners should adapt to the current technology migration process.
He also said that SMEC 2025 will also touch on digital elements such as high-tech or modern media equipment akin to those showcased during the Sarawak International Digital Economy Conference IDEX held in the state.
Dan inilah kali pertama Sarawak juga menganjurkan special conference on media industry yesterday. InsyaAllah kita akan adakan tiap-tiap tahun di Sarawak ini.
SMEC 2024, theme Evolution of Media in the Digital Era, was held for 2 days starting Sunday in conjunction with Hawana 2024. It serves as a platform to discuss issues related to the world of modern journalism, such as AI, with the attendance of approximately 600 local and foreign participants.
In conjunction with the National Journalist Day or Hawana 2024, Sarawak Premier Dato' Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari emphasised that stakeholders involved in information dissemination must fully master the technologies for it. This, he explained, involves the tools or hardware used in the medium.
In our space for sending our signal, through signal, we send our data. With data, we send our information. Tetapi kita mesti juga tahu dengan hardware yang digunakan. Sarawak selalu mengadakan IDEX, something to do with digital and technological infrastructure. And perhaps the next Sarawak conference, I suggest to Abdullah that we also exhibit all the hardware that is being used by the journalists, especially the latest technology that is being used.
Hawana 2024, which was officiated by Prime Minister Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim, was also attended by Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil, 2 Deputy Premiers of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Embas, and Dato' Amar Dr. Sim Kui Hian, and about 1,000 guests consisting of local and international media practitioners. Representatives of associations, local journalists, clubs, and journalists from 12 countries, namely Brunei, Singapore, Indonesia, the Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Timor-Leste, China, South Korea, Qatar, France, and Kuwait, gathered in the city since Saturday and participated in various programs organized to celebrate the first such occasion in Sarawak.
Meanwhile, an allocation of 1 million ringgit has been granted to Malaysian National News Agency or Bernama for the organisation of courses and training surrounding artificial intelligence or AI for media practitioners in the country. According to Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, the allocation is made to ensure media practitioners take full advantage of AI technology, especially in their work.
Supaya AI itu akan memuntahkan atau menghasilkan karya-karya selagi dia masuk itu. Jadi para wartawan punya cabaran yang jauh lebih besar daripada generasi sebelumnya. Generasi sebelumnya berjasa besar kerana di antara media perjuangan kebangsaan paling berkesan adalah media. Itu tidak boleh dimungkiri kenyataan itu. Sekarang ini dalam cabaran untuk mengangkat martabat dan membina manusia baru.
Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said many names have been put forward for appointment as Senate President to replace the incumbent Datuk Mutang Tagal, who passed away on May 10. Anwar, however, said that the matter is still in very early discussions.
Speaker belum lagi, baru kita kemukakan perbincangan awal.
Ada berapa nama calonkan?
Ramai, ada nak bagi nama tambahan.
Senate President Datuk Mutang Tagal passed away last month on Friday, May 10 at 11:46 a.m. The statement from his office said the 70-year-old Mutang passed away at the National Heart Institute in Kuala Lumpur, where he was admitted for treatment since returning from a work trip to Azerbaijan on Monday, May 6. Mutang, a Lun Bawang from Lawas in northern Sarawak, was the first Dayak to become Senate President when he was appointed on February 19 this year, taking over from Tun Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jafar.
Veteran journalist James Alexander Ritchie, better known as James Ritchie, was awarded the National Journalist Day Hawana 2024 Award at the highlight event of the celebration held in Kuching. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim presented the award to the 74-year-old James, who has dedicated over 5 decades to journalism since 1971.
Starting as a cadet journalist at the Straits Times in the federal capital at the age of 23, James slowly climbed the career ladder in the journalism industry, particularly in Sarawak. Among the positions he has held are Sarawak News Straits Times journalist in 1981, public relations officer at the Sarawak Chief Minister's Department in 1998, and media consultant for Sarawak Digest in 2022. Other positions include special writer at Sarawak Tribune in 2022, editorial advisor and executive director at Eastern Times in 2006, and executive director at New Sarawak Tribune in 2010. His significant contributions to writing and journalism have earned him much recognition, including the Shell Kenyalang Gold Award, Azam Press Award, and Ang Lai Soon Gold Award. The Prime Minister also presented another Hawana 2024 award to the Kuching Division Journalists Association KDJA, which was received by its president Ronnie Teo as a token of appreciation for the association. The Hawana Awards aims to recognize and honor professional journalists, individuals or organizations that have made significant contributions not only in journalism but also in shaping the minds of the public through their works.
The bill to repeal the Bintulu Port Authority Act 1981 will be tabled in Parliament this June. Minister of Transport Anthony Loke said the matter had been communicated to Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari during a courtesy visit earlier today.
Jadi memang beberapa perkara prinsip telah pun kita mencapai kata sepakat dan perkara ini kita akan angkat ke Parlimen pada bulan Jun nanti. Supaya rang undang-undang ataupun akta Lembaga Pelabuhan Bintulu itu dapat dibansuhkan di peringkat persekutuan dan diserahkan kepada pihak Sarawak selepas itu.
Previously, Sarawak Minister of Infrastructure and Port Development, Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Embas, announced that the federal government was preparing a bill to repeal the Bintulu Port Authority Act 1981. Negotiations between the Sarawak and federal governments on this matter, according to Lok, have been smooth. Meanwhile, Lok mentioned that the courtesy visit with Abang Johari also covered the smooth transition of Sarawak's takeover of Maswings next year.
Ada beberapa perkara teknikal yang saya bincang dengan Yang Berhormat Premier untuk mendapat facilitation supaya kita nak pastikan apabila menjelang tahun depan, apabila Maswing diambil alih oleh Kerajaan Sarawak, operasi itu tidak terjejas. Kita nak pastikan operasi itu terus berjalan dengan lancar, dengan baik, dan transition period itu perlu diadakan dengan sebaik-baiknya. Jadi sudah tentu kita perlu ada satu persefahaman yang jelas di antara kedua-dua pihak.
Anthony added that political stability has been a key contributor to the various plans and directions achieved between the Sarawak and federal governments, resulting in many positive outcomes.
With just 8 days left until the Gawai Diet celebration, Petroleum Nasional Berhad or Petronas is enlivening the festivities by producing a film titled Pesan Ini. The film tells the story of a grandmother's wisdom, which serves as a guiding principle for the Iban community and a constant reminder for the younger generation to uphold traditions and moral values.
Tabik basah dan salam sejahtera. Sempena sambutan Hari Gawai tahun ini, Petronas sekali lagi mempersembahkan sebuah filem istimewa untuk tatapan rakyat Malaysia. Uniknya tahun ini, filem yang bertajuk Pesan Ini dipersembahkan dalam bahasa Iban menerusi sastra lisan yang dikenali sebagai Lekak Main. Filem ini berkisar tentang 5 pesanan nenek yang penuh dengan nilai-nilai murni demi mengekalkan keharmonian dan tradisi Hari Gawai. Ingin tahu apakah 5 pesanan tersebut? Saksikan Pesan Ini di laman rasmi YouTube dan Facebook Petronas. Selamat Hari Gawai daripada kami di Petronas. Gayu Guru, Gerai Nyaman.
Coming up right after the break, nearly 2,000 SPM 2023 candidates ace all subjects. And in world news, dozens killed in Israeli strikes on Rafah. Right here on Tvs Nightline, stay tuned.
Kau menang, lepas tu kau celebrate Gawai as a champion.
Nama aja pengawal aku pada itu, nama aja bisi.
Tahukah, aku terlalu mengaruh.
Dangawa, awak kaya belajar. Rangkuman variasi.
Kau menang, lepas tu kau celebrate Gawai as a champion.
Nama aja pengawal aku pada itu, nama aja bisi.
Tahukah, aku terlalu mengaruh.
Dangawa, awak kaya belajar.
Welcome back. The National Average Grade GPN score for the Sijil Pelajar Malaysia SPM 2023 examination recorded an excellent achievement of 4.6 compared to 4.74 in 2022 and 4.86 in 2021. Education Director General Azman Adnan said a total of 11,713 candidates, or 3.1% of the 375,525 students who sat for the SPM last year, obtained excellent results of grade A+, A and A- in all subjects, which is a 0.4% increase compared to 2022.
He said the number of candidates who obtained at least a pass or a grade C in all subjects in 2023 also showed an increase, totaling 83,112 candidates compared to 75,322 candidates in 2022.
Manakala seramai 131,489 calon iaitu 35.2% telah memperoleh sekurang-kurangnya lulus atau grade E. Semua mata pelajaran yang diduduki pada tahun 2023 berbanding 128,193 calon iaitu 34.3% pada tahun 2022. Angka ini juga menunjukkan peningkatan sebanyak 3,296 calon iaitu 0.9% berbanding dengan tahun 2022.
He made this statement during a press conference on the analysis of the 2023 SPM results at the Ministry of Education earlier today. A total of 373,525 candidates took the 2023 SPM compared to 373,974 in 2022. Adnan said the performance gap between urban and rural candidates in the 2023 SPM showed improvement, though the achievement gap remained at 0.43 points, the same as in the 2022 SPM. Meanwhile, 2023 SPM candidates can collect their exam results from the respective schools starting at 10 a.m. today. Additionally, both school and private candidates can check their results online at myresultspm.moe.gov.my or via SMS. The system will be active from 10 a.m. today until 6 p.m. on June 2nd.
Senior citizens in the country lost 552.5 million ringgit to online scams between 2021 and 2023, according to Bukit Aman Commercial Crime Investigation Department or JSJK Director Datuk Sri Ramli Mohammed Yusof. He said this involved 5,533 victims, or 6.4% of the 86,266 online scam victims recorded during the period, with overall losses amounting to 2.7 billion ringgit.
Although the number of elderly victims was lower compared to other age groups, he said the losses they incurred were significantly higher. According to him, the study also found that out of the 5,533 elderly victims recorded between 2021 and 2023, 47.6% or 2,631 individuals fell for the telecommunication fraud such as phone scams, online impersonation, SMS fraud, and prize scams. Out of the 990 senior citizens who became victims of online fraud up to May 19 this year, 39.4% or 390 cases involved telecommunication crimes.
Part-time media practitioners or stringers across the country will receive Social Security Organisation or SOSO contribution for 1 year starting July 1. Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil said that the Ministry of Communications through the Malaysian National News Agency, Bernama, will fully cover the contribution. Accordingly, Fahmi asked all registered media organisations to update their respective data to make it easier for the aid to be channelled by the ministry. Up to this day, 11,235 people were registered as media practitioners under JAPAN.
Pertubuhan Keselamatan Sosial Perkeso mengesahkan 538 daripada mereka tidak ada caruman perkeso namun layak untuk didaftarkan. Stringers yang dimasukkan ini adalah pengamal media yang mereka kerja part-time Tapi realiti dalam dunia hari ini, ia bermaksud part-time all the time. Maka untuk membantu kawan-kawan dan pastikan tidak ada warga media yang tertinggal, dengan sukacita saya umumkan bermula 1 Julai 2024.
Now circling back to Hawana 2024, the star photographer Zul Azhar Shebli has received the Sarawak Premier's Special Appreciation Award earlier today, being the first photographer to receive the Appreciation Award. The 52-year-old Zul Azhar, known affectionately as Apai among his peers, was one of 7 recipients to be recognised for their contributions to the Sarawak media landscape. However, it took him as a surprise, as it was rare for photographers to receive such recognition.
Inilah kali pertama saya dengar fotografer dapat anugerah di majlis media dan menghargai fotografer. Dan saya ada bertanya juga yang penerima-penerima lain, ada yang dah bekerja 40 ke 50 tahun. Dia cakap dia tak pernah dengar fotografer jurugambar yang dapat. Inilah kali pertama dia tengok fotografer dapat.
Apart from that, Chief Reporter of Malay Mail, Sulok Tawi, revealed that the journalism profession has changed since his early years.
So, for example, in the old days, we don't have, we are using typewriters and there was no handphone. But today, I make use of a handphone to send my stories, take pictures, and so on like that.
The veteran journalist has been in Sarawak's media industry for more than 40 years.
I was talking to Abang Johari. I told him, you can quote me on that, that one day he's going to be the Chief Minister of Sarawak, and he did. I already told him many times already. Finally, when he was sworn in as a Chief Minister, I said, you see, it's true what I said to you many years ago. I said.
The other recipients were Alice Wee Siok Lian, Johnny Loh Ki Kong, Kadir Diko, Murugaya Meyapan or M. Raja, and William Cornelius Chan Kuh Neng. They received 3,000 ringgit and a plaque each.
Thank you for staying with me. And now on to world affairs. Hamas and the Palestinian Authority said Israeli strikes on a center for displaced people killed dozens near the southern city of Rafah on Sunday, while the Israeli army said it had targeted Hamas militants. The Gazan Health Ministry said in a statement that the strikes claimed the lives of 35 martyrs and left dozens injured, most of them children and women.
The Palestinian government media office in Gaza earlier said the attack hit a center run by the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees near Rafah, branding it a horrific massacre. Gaza Civil Defense Agency said Israeli strikes killed and wounded at least 50 people in the area where it said 100,000 displaced people live. The Palestinian Red Crescent said its ambulance crew transported a large number of people killed and injured in the strike. The Palestinian Authority presidency in the West Bank called it a heinous massacre, accusing Israeli force of deliberately targeting the tens of displaced people. Israel Army said its aircraft struck a Hamas compound in Rafah, killing Yassin Rabia and Khalid Nagar, both senior officials for the Palestinian militant group in the occupied West Bank. It added that it was aware of reports indicating that as a result of the strike and fire that was ignited, several civilians in the area were harmed and that the incident is under review. The Israeli military launched a ground operation in Rafah in early May, despite widespread opposition over concerns for civilians sheltering there.
On to the next update. A volcano in eastern Indonesia spewed a 6-kilometer cloud of ash into the sky on Monday, the latest of nearly 100 eruptions since early this year. According to authorities, the fresh eruption at Mount Ibu on Halmahera Island in North Maluku province occurred at 3:30 a.m. local time and sent sand falling onto surrounding areas.
The volcano, which has erupted at least 95 times since early this year, is currently on the highest alert level of Indonesia's 4-tiered system after authorities raised it earlier this month. Geology Agency head Muhammad Wafid said in a statement that the column of ash was observed to be drifting westward. He called on the people not to go within an exclusion zone of between 4 and 7 kilometers from the volcano's crater. The volcano erupted a few weeks ago on a similar scale, belching a huge ash tower 5 kilometers into the sky. Ibu is one of Indonesia's most active volcanoes, erupting more than 21,000 times last year. According to the Geology Agency, Ibu recorded an average of 58 eruptions per day in 2023. Indonesia, a vast archipelago nation, experiences frequent seismic and volcanic activity due to its position on the Pacific Ring of Fire. Last month, Mount Ruang in North Sulawesi province erupted more than half a dozen times, forcing thousands of residents of nearby islands to evacuate. It remains at the highest alert level. All of the 800 or so residents of Ruang Island will be permanently relocated.
Millions of people in low-lying areas of Bangladesh and India on Monday surveyed the tangled wreckage left by a powerful cyclone that killed at least 16 people, destroyed thousands of homes, smashed seawalls and flooded cities. Winds and torrential rain still hammered residents as they tried to salvage what remained of their belongings a day after Cyclone Remal made landfall with fierce gales and crashing waves.
The country's state minister for disaster, Mohibur Rahman, said at least 10 people were killed in the cyclone. Some drowned, while others were crushed when their houses collapsed. Sumit Gupta, a senior government official from West Bengal state, said that in neighboring India, at least 6 people died, including 3 who were electrocuted and others who were hit by debris. Villages had been swamped by storm surges, tin roofs ripped off, trees uprooted, and power lines cut. Cyclones have killed hundreds of thousands of people in Bangladesh in recent decades, but the number of superstorms hitting its densely populated coast has increased sharply, from around 1 a year to as many as 3, due to the impact of climate change.
And those were the updates on Tvs Nightline. I'm Shalish Mato. Thank you for watching and have a good night.
Imagine, mau menang. Lepas tu